Hey, if once someone gets on, there's no point in saying this, but when someone gets on, let me know if you can hear and see me okay. We are back. Video looks like it might be a little choppy, but who knows? Change the camera angle around, change the mic angle around a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully some folks will jump on real soon. And we will get into it. Craig says, teach me your ways, Master Jedi. Sorry, Star Trek don't have cool names like Jedi. You are wrong, but thank you. John says, Chris, what's up, John? Craig says, sounds good. A little choppy, but good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It seems like my connection is really wonky today. I don't know why. Terry, what's up, Terry? Says seeing and hearing. Good. Abrar says, hey, how are you? Doing good. Antonio says, can hear you loud and clear. Good. Abrar says, all set. Hope everybody is doing glorious today. And to be perfectly honest, I don't have a specific thing to really talk about today, but I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't done one in a while, and I felt like I was regressing a little bit. Like I haven't been on camera, and like it was getting to the point where I was being comfortable not being out there. Being comfortable not being out there. So I wanted to get back out there and start doing these again. And plus, I missed you guys, except for Craig, because he said Star Trek doesn't have cool names. John says, how have you been? Overall, we've been good. Business has been really good. Things are going really, really well in pretty much all fronts. So, things have been great, actually. Which actually like kind of sucks for creating content because like it's not as interesting to say everything's going great and here's the AppSumo promo I did for my SaaS worked really well. It did very well. Some things I'm not super thrilled with them, but overall it went pretty well. I don't know. Things are great. How are things with you? ChemDry Midwest, there's your plug, says hi from Ireland. What's up, ChemDry? Hope you're doing well. Shafir says, sounds and looks awesome. Thank you. Always a pleasure, my friend. Balaji, I think I got that right, says hi, Chris. What's up, Bal? Antonio, I saw your PM. I didn't have time to respond, but I also don't know who to tell you to I don't have an answer for you either, so unfortunately. So sorry about that. Let me send a quick message here. For those of you that get offended by clickbait, I do apologize for the clickbait, even though there is a good article there. Brandon, what's up? Brandon says, what's up, man? Good to see you, my friend. Samil says, after a long time we saw you live. Yeah, it's been quite a while. I just took a break for a while because I had other things going on, and then I just got out of the routine. So I'm forcing myself to get back into it. When you get uncomfortable with something, that's the time you need to do it more, if that makes sense. So when you don't want to do something, it usually means you need to do something. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does. Joshua McAdams gave me an angry face. Hater. I know Joshua. I don't know why I got an angry face from him, but Antonio says, thanks. Chris, hey, what's up, Chris? Chris says, makes perfect sense. I mean, that's like, if you feel like you need to go to the gym and you feel like you don't want to, it probably means you need to go to the gym, So it's that kind of thing. Craig says, I hired my first employee this morning for my agency. Extremely excited to free up my time. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. When bringing on George was, and I probably got his name wrong. I've known him for 4 years, and I think I've gotten his name right 3 times. But it was a huge turning point for me. And he's, of course, a phenomenal at what he does and just a great person. So that helps too. So congratulations on that. I know you've been working on that for a bit. Nick says, hey, Q&A session, maybe? Sure, bang on. If you have a question, fire away. Glenn says, hey, Chris. Hey, Glenn, what's up, buddy? Good to see you as always. I'm getting a little, your connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, I wonder why my connection is unstable. I've never seen that message before. So hopefully this goes well. If not, I apologize, but I don't really know what I can really do about it. I said really too many times in that sentence. Let me close this down and see if that helps. See if I can't do some things to stabilize it just a bit. That seems to have helped a little. Not a ton, but we'll do what we can do. So if I get dropped, I do apologize. Let's see. MK says, it's been a long time. How are you? I'm doing great, my friend. How are you? Always a pleasure. Lazy local SEO on Legiit. It's funny that I had to think about what Legiit was, but I could think of your username. Maruf, what's up, buddy? He says, looks different today. Yeah, I changed the camera angle and I got it on like up on my face, so I'm not like in the bottom of it. So hopefully that doesn't intimidate anybody. Craig says, still sounds good. Good. Abrar says, please accept my friend request. I'm actually at 5,000 friends again, so I can't. But once some people drop off, I will. John says, Chris, can you talk about your strategies for titles and meta descriptions, how to improve click-through rate? So you have to balance like the SEO advantage of the keyword beginning at the beginning of the title versus the click-through rate. And, you know, I hate to say it, but I try to go a little, not like super BuzzFeed Weather Channel style clickbait, but a little bit of clickbait won't make things bad. Like, what's a good business? Miami plumber, get unstuck with us today. Something like that, you know? But that's kind of it. Something that's intriguing, you know? It really, I would have to have an example to give a better answer, but look at something 1 second here real quick. Something has me curious. Whatever. All right. Ahmad says, how are you? I'm doing good, my friend. How are you? Oladejo, and I do apologize. I should probably know that by now as well. Says, thanks for sending the email for this live stream. Oh, no problem. I was afraid. I was almost like afraid to send it because I haven't been using that list much because we haven't been doing these. So I was afraid people would forget they were subscribed, but I'm glad that, glad it found you okay. So, good turnout today too. I guess you guys missed me too. So anyway, what I was saying was I do apologize for the semi clickbait, although the article is very, very thorough. I think I'm very happy with it. Myself and our writers put it together. So check that out. I'll drop that in the chat. And if anybody wants to talk about it, we can go through that. Or if anybody has any questions or anything, I really just wanted to get back on here and hang out with everybody though. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, and what's the Twitter one? Periscope. MK says, quick question. Have you tried your hands on e-commerce? Not extensively. Back in the day, I did a little bit of eBay to Amazon arbitrage. And I've had a store here and there. Like we have the Legiit store and we send, get an order here and there. It's not a big seller by any means. But no, not really. In theory, I like it, but I don't know, like the idea of researching I don't have any really hobbies or anything like that. So like having to research a physical thing, and it's very not interesting to me. That said, there is that's one of the most lucrative industries in the world. So I should probably be a little more into it. Excuse me 1 second. Dino says, my GMB pin was moved 20 miles away and I'm not on a 3-pack now. Is there a way to fix this? So when you say it was moved, do you mean your business moved, or you moved the pin? Or I'm not quite following how it can get moved without you being involved. So let me know if you can just clear that up a tiny bit for me. What happened? Like, kind of maybe walk me through what happened, and I can try to help a little better. Ron says, a lot of people from LinkedIn today. I'm not a developer, and I send the developers to webinars on improving CWV, but they never attend. They want me to and give step-by-step instructions on what to do. Try, but I'm sure I'm missing things a developer might catch. Do you have any good resources for an on-page white hat SEO strategy to provide developers? I mean, the easiest thing would be to get them onto something like Audit or Surfer. They can just stick in the keyword in the URL, and that will give them suggestions on what to change. Because developers are not cut out for SEO, So that would probably be what I would do. That way they can just put in like keyword and site, and then it'll spit out a list of easy to follow instructions that they can do. So check out audit.io or Surfer SEO. I think that's probably the best thing to do as far as that. And if they need instructions on how to change H tags and meta titles and stuff, they probably shouldn't be developers, but that's kind of what I would do. And then if that's not in depth enough, let me know and we'll see what else is possible. Dino says the pin was moved. So maybe somebody suggested an edit. Is that what you're telling me? Len says, did you see the SEJ Today article? How to spot SEO myths, 20 SEO myths debunked? No, I don't really read their site at all. And that sounds like clickbait type of thing myself. So business is the same address. Nick says, how do you manage your time so well? I'm laughing because I don't think I manage my time well at all. In terms of being everywhere, having an eye on everything that's going on, responding so quickly, et cetera, you use some software, calendar software, to-do list. I am not what I would call someone that's a good resource for this sort of thing. The best way to automate your life is other people. Like Georgia handles the service business entirely. The developers handle that. Like all I really do now is make decisions and have people execute them. So I guess that's kind of the answer, is to find people to do everything and just keep your brain on the high level tasks, whether that's making decisions, whether that's the sales, whether that's marketing. It depends on what your business is, but I don't know. I have a good memory, so I keep a lot of that in my head, but Georgie uses Freedcamp to organize his orders and things like that. I don't feel like I'm really the right person to give you advice on this. As far as replying quickly, I keep Facebook open quite a bit because I do. It's kind of like my office in a lot of ways, like my virtual office. I don't know. That's really it. As far as like my Legiit orders, I only answer one today. We use Slack to communicate between the different teams. So it's just a matter of that. And then just knowing what's the most important thing and working on that first. So I know I kind of rambled there. I hope that helped a little bit, I guess. Dino says he'll send a screenshot. Okay. Number one SEO myth was the Google sandbox. They say it doesn't exist. Well, I'm glad they're really bold there. Like SEOs have been debating whether that exists for a long time. I personally don't believe it does either, because I've had sites that show up instantly. So that's interesting though. That sounds like content for the sake of content, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm referring about core web vitals for the May update. Okay, let me read your other question. Do you have good resources? I really don't. The developers I work with just know how to do that sort of thing. I don't know if there's maybe Google has a good guide for it. I really don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry, Ron. I don't want to point you to a resource that I haven't used myself, and developers I know how to make changes like, what is it? Large. I suck with acronyms. I know it stands for largest content page or whatever it is. They know how to do all that stuff. So I'm sorry, I don't have a good resource for you on that. I apologize. Alexis, what's up, Alexis? Says hello, Alexis. I can't send a photo, so I upload it on my Facebook profile. All right, let me see if I can't find that and bring it up. Give me just a tick. While I'm doing that, if you guys could throw a heart or a like or anything like that on the stream there, that'd be greatly appreciated. So let's see. Share screen. So you're saying they moved these all the way up there? I don't know. I would suggest that, I don't know. I've really not dealt with that. I've never had that happen to me. I don't know. You might be able to suggest an edit. You might be able to try to move it yourself. But I don't know. I don't really know if the address isn't, if it's the pin's not showing where the address is. I don't really know. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I've not had that happen. I would try and see if you can suggest an edit, or maybe if you can just move it yourself. But I've never had that come up before, and I don't want to give you bad advice. Troy here. For local businesses, is a funnel as well as Google Ads a must to get the most leads? More importantly, a funnel. I mean, it's not a must. But I mean, why wouldn't you, Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it without it and just do it with SEO, but if you have the budget, you might as well get as much traffic as you possibly can, Funnel is basically just, when you say a funnel, I have a feeling you mean like a ClickFunnels type of funnel. A funnel is just a way to move traffic from one thing to the next. So if you have a website that then directs them to fill out a contact form, that's a funnel. So if you mean like a ClickFunnels type of funnel, no, that's not necessary. So Dino says where the arrow ends, it should be where it is. Somebody moved it where it was located down below. Yeah, I guess I would just try to move it again. I've not had that happen before. I don't know. Terry says, is this an answer to somebody else's question maybe? Image optimization, metadata, EXIF, keyword stuffing. Did I miss something? If you're answering somebody else, let me know. Sam says, yo, I'm so jealous of your haircut. Why, thank you. I went with super simple. Why are you jealous of it, though? It's just literally just short. It's nothing. Or do you mean you can't get one? Maybe you're in some sort of lockdown? Everybody liked the stream. Thank you. Ron says, cool. I used to work with great developers, but in this company, they're more like WordPress ninjas and expect me to the SEO to give step-by-step instructions. Thank you anyway. Yeah, I mean, I mean, can you make a few videos and explain it to them, or do you not? I mean, if you know how to do it, I would just maybe do it once and make some videos. If not, I might just have to hire someone, you know? I'm not really sure. Dina says, yeah, should be on that flock above. Yeah, I guess if you're able to move it, do that. But I don't know. Ouch. Lee says, you said hello, Alexis, and my Alexis devices lit up. I'm sure everyone else's did too. Mine certainly did. And that's why I actually looked over. So Jeff is answering Dino here. He says, are they service area based? If so, Google may have moved the anchor point for the map. But there you go, Dino. Look into that. If it's a service area business, which as a taxi, I'm assuming that it is. Thanks for trying. Appreciate that. Oh, no problem. Dino says service, yes. John says, what should the main strategies for long-term SEO campaign? Should be consistent blogging, continuing to tweak pages, or just to make sure of everything? Well, first, standard SEO answer, it depends. If we're talking about an affiliate site, it's going to be different than like a local site. But excuse me. Basically, for a local, and when I say local, this means city service or something to that effect. It could be a lead gen, it could be a local business, whatever. The most important, like long-term thing is just to maintain, once you get the ranking that you want, just keep doing what you're doing without overdoing it. So, you don't want to keep throwing, extra links and things like that if you don't need them. But at the same time, you don't want to stop doing anything. Because if it's like when you work out and you get in shape, if you start eating junk food and chilling and playing video games again, you're going to get fat again. So you're going to have to keep up make sure the on-page stays good, make sure you're matching whatever everybody else is doing to keep pace with them, assuming that you've already beaten them and kind of that. And you can do blogging. Blogging, and if it's for a local business, it has to be strategic because there's not that many topics a lot of them can cover. A lot of times if I do blogging, it's just to pacify the client. If it's affiliate, then yeah, just keep finding more keywords to try to rank for and then keep up the linking. But if you give me a more specific example, I can give you a more specific answer. But basically get ranked and then keep linking every now and then to keep the ranking that you have, because once you get ranked, people are going to want to beat you more. So they're going to work harder. So you got to at least match them, Craig says, what's your opinion on ClickFunnels or CartFlow, a better / cheaper option? I don't know what CartFlow is. ClickFunnels is okay. I use it a little bit. Excuse me. It's bloated, and I know people that have built a page in ClickFunnels and then had it coded in HTML, like the same page. Like did the design in ClickFunnels and had it coded in HTML and said they saw an increasing conversion rate just from transferring it over to HTML, which to me tells me that it's much faster. So that's kind of the that. One second. Alrighty. John says, do you do affiliate marketing? Yeah. Yeah. It's not like my number one thing, but I do some affiliate marketing. In fact, it's how I initially got into this business was to do affiliate marketing. And then just one thing led to the next, but I like it in a sense in that I don't have to have the stress of creating a product, but at the same time, I don't like that it's not my product. So there's up and down to it. But if you mean like affiliate websites, like SEO affiliate sites, I still have a few of those. It's not like a huge focus. I need to breathe some life back into them. But I have a soft spot for affiliate marketing for sure. Sam says, because barbers are closed in the UK, been in lockdown for over 3 or maybe 4 months now. Such a joke. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we're on the downside of it now. That's all I can really say. Do you think Core Web Vitals is a big ranking factor? I mean, they tell you it is, so it has to be at least a little bit. But I think that like 95% of websites don't pass them. So it's hard to say that it's a major ranking factor if most sites don't pass it. You know what I mean? So I think you should pay attention to it, but I don't think you should be obsessive over it. If you use Live Canvas WordPress Builder, I have not. I mostly just use Elementor. What about for a national manufacturer with a few main services? Once those pages rank, I try to maintain them. It's obviously less work, so I get a little stuck outside of blogging. I mean, unless you have a client saying, what are you doing to deserve my money? I wouldn't do anything. I definitely wouldn't do something just because you need to do something, like blogging is fine. If you're maintaining, maybe do a link every now and then just to keep the competitors honest, but definitely that almost speaks to a bigger issue. Like, don't do something just for the sake of doing something. If it's worked, just maintain it with a little bit of blogging and maybe a little bit of linking, or maybe start looking into other keywords or other traffic key sources, but don't do something just for the sake of doing something. And please don't take this the wrong way, because I don't mean it that way, but that's employee thinking. You should be happy that you've gotten it to the point where you don't have anything you have to do, because now you're more profitable. You can focus on other things. So don't do something just to do something, but if you need to maintain it, just linking now and then and blogging are both good solutions, or good options, I should say. Have you ever done affiliate marketing for multiple languages with SEO? Not really. I once created a teeth whitening site in French, but that was it. I lost interest in it, and that was 6 years ago or something. So no, not really. Not enough to speak with it, any authority on it. When you get on the first page of Google in 24 hours, you can do a few things. You can do AdWords. That's usually the easiest way. You can do a press release. If you do that right and target your keywords right, you can do that way. And then if you have a site with a little bit of authority and you can find a keyword that's like has a low all-in title, optimize the page for that. And you can usually, if you can get that indexed, you can get on the first page 24 hours that way. Those are the main three. Totally get what you're saying. That's typically the trouble. Clients want to know what else I'm doing to get their money. I work for an agency, so clients expect a lot. Yeah. Start doing things like getting a knowledge panel for them, or maybe setting them up. It depends on the industry. It may not be a good fit, but set them up on Pinterest or Instagram or things like that. Like, look for other traffic sources, look for other keywords, things like that. I don't have a lot of experience keeping that kind of person happy, because I'm just too short-tempered, to be perfectly honest. But I would do things like that. Find other ways to add value to them. Maybe set up their email automation or something like that. Like, go beyond just the SEO if you're able to. Within your position, do a site speed, things like that. Like, anything that gives them a widget that they can see is basically what I'm trying to say. That'll pacify them a little bit. Yeah, I have a couple clients that I've gotten them rankings for so long. Excuse me once more. My voice is out of shape. That I just start doing other things like that because they just need to see something. So maybe get like an infographic made, things like that. Brett, what's up? Brett says, good morning from Tuesday in the future, Chris. Well, don't tell me what happens. I want it to be a surprise. I don't like spoilers. I guess over there, it's probably like Tuesday afternoon almost, right? Or no, I guess it would be Tuesday morning. Is Tuesday called Tuesday because it's the second day? I'm so going to not Google that. All right, all right, all right. Let's see if we got any comments. I don't want to miss anybody. That's interesting. There's no comment section on YouTube. That's interesting. Brett says 7 a.m. in the morning. That's what time I get up usually, 7 a.m. When I first started, and there's nobody yet saying much right now, so I'll just go on this tangent. When I first started like working on my own and quit my job, I read all these books on what entrepreneurs do and what solopreneurs do and things like that. And one of them was they all get up early and get a head start on the day. And I tried getting up at 5 a.m. for a few days, and it wasn't for me. Like I was exhausted all day, and I didn't get anything more done. So I adapted. Now I set my alarm for 7 a.m. and I usually am up and at it by 7:30 or 8. Usually. Who's your go-to Pinterest social media setup provider? That would be SEO rank 1, 2, 3. No, is it SEO rank 90? Mir is his real name. Let me get you the guy who's handling my Pinterest. It's funny you ask because he just sent me a message. I believe it's SEO rank 90. Yeah. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one I use right here. He manages my Pinterest, creates the content, posts it, all that stuff. It's a good guy too. Craig says, oops, how's the lockdown in your state? We haven't had one in forever. There's a mask ordinance in my city. But that's about it. We never had a full lockdown. Anthony says, hey, what's up, Anthony? Sam says, I never understand the idea of getting up early being a huge benefit. What's the difference if you sleep the same amount of time, but get up late, go to bed early? Am I missing something? I do think there's a little bit of science to sunlight and the circadian rhythm, but I agree. I think that as long as the hours, I think you have to understand yourself and just base it on that. And I'm not on camera anymore. And just base it on that. You know, like you have to understand your own, not to sound all Gary V, but you need to understand your own DNA, you know, and just base your decisions on that, as opposed to this book, what is it, the 5-hour, not the 5-hour work week. But I don't know. I bought a book on it and I just thought I agree. Is basically what I'm trying to ramble my way through there. Lol Poll says, hey, Chris, is there any way to get out of Sandbox? If you're in it, I would just be patient and keep doing what you're doing and it'll happen eventually. My question would be, how did you end up there in the first place? Like, how do you know that you're there? You know what I mean? Maybe you're just not ranking yet, kind of thing. You can try some social signals and sharing on social. I think that might help a little bit, but it's never really been a problem for me. Like when I make a new site, it gets indexed and it shows up in the all in title, all in URL pretty quickly. So. I here shared an article. Let me see if I can't bring that up. looks like that's to do with what we were just talking about, why you should get up early and things like that. MD says hello. What's up, MD? Saeed, what's up, Saeed? Says hey, hey, hey. Sam says, yeah, but to be fair, sleep schedule is something that I never actually got sorted for myself. I've tried so much, like quit caffeine, alarm, etc., but it always changes. Got any tips on keeping one consistent? I can only tell you what works for me. I try to go to bed at the same time every night. I go to bed between 9 and 10, give or take. Some nights it's later. I take 2 melatonin tablets and 2 magnesium tablets. I have an essential oil diffuser in my bedroom, which helps create like a kind of a relaxing thing. I have a gravity blanket, and I have a white noise machine. I have all those, and it really, really does help. Like especially the white noise machine. It if I wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep, I turn that on and I'm out in no time. So those are things that work for me. Check on the Chris M. Walker site. There's a blog post about sleep on there that kind of tells you my whole thing. Saeed says, I'm good. Good to hear that. Glad to see you doing well, my friend. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions anywhere else. Just making sure I didn't miss any questions. Got tagged in a few places. I don't want anybody to feel slighted. All right. Those tips sound good. I take magnesium too. They are quite effective, to be fair. Yeah, they are. They are just don't take too many because that sucks. Lolpole says we met back in 2018 at Alex's house. Oh, snap. Yeah, I was thinking about that trip the other day. That was good. Who are you? I mean, no offense. I don't know which one Lolpole is. I met so many cool people back then. And Chase. But yeah, that's cool. That was a great trip. I'm not in that mastermind anymore. I don't even think it runs anymore, but that was a good time. Towing citywide. There's your plug. Can you recommend good citation service for GMB? Sure, lots of them. I have one, but I don't want this to be Chris recommends his own stuff. So let me get you somebody else. Almost said a swear. My man right here does a great job. Citation expert. I know his real name, but I don't want to get it wrong, basically. Also, he's a decent example of how to set up a page for citations, which comes up a lot, but doesn't get done right a lot. So there's that. But yeah, I'll drop that in the chat. So he does a good job. I have a service, but I don't like to shill. I mean, I do like to shill, but that's not my goal today. Samir says, do you recommend rank and rent model, and how would you do it in 2021? I am not a fan of rank and rent at all. I know people that do very, very, very well with it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't like it. I prefer to get paid right away. So if I'm going to do, or if I'm going to not get paid right away, I prefer to do affiliate, but I'm not a fan of it. But check out Herc Magnus. Herc's a good friend of mine. He's very proficient at rank and rent. So check him out. It's rankandrent.club, I believe. What about maps? Can be more specific. What about them? Any new projects you're working on? Not really. The audit launch went well. It wasn't really a launch. It's a 2-year-old product, but that went well. I'm probably going to throw that on JV Zoo and see how that goes. And then we've got some cool new things for Legiit coming up. Not even on the site itself, but I can't give too much away. But some things that'll help you either grow on Legiit or grow your business outside of it. And it's going to kind of marry the two together. So that's all I can really say about that so far. And I've been doing a lot more blogging on my Superstar SEO site. I've had that itch lately, so keep subscribed to that too. So nothing too exciting. That's another reason I haven't been doing a lot of live streams, you know. And my clickbait is getting me a couple thumbs down. That's funny. Jim says, I discovered a pretty cool thing about why people stay up late that helped me go to bed earlier. Interesting. Saeed says it's sleep time, 1:37 a.m. there. He asked, can I show his profile live? Yes. I'm sorry, buddy. I forget what your username is, but if you tell me what it is, I'll show your profile live too. Apparently, for a lot of people, if you don't take enough personal time during the day, you subconsciously stay up later to get that personal uninterrupted time. Taking more time yourself during the day helps you shut down easier at night. Interesting. Makes sense. I didn't know that, but makes sense. Saeed, let me see if I can't find Saeed's profile, because I'm going to feel bad if I don't now. Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, I got it. And my memory is a gift. I'm not even ashamed to be pompous about it. Sure. This is Saeed's profile here. I have bought some blog comments from him before and a few other things. Got a Black Friday thumbnail. You might want to update that since that's months out of date, but he does good work. So check him out. Good thumbnails for the most part. So we'll drop that in the chat too. I also appreciate the fact that he just had the balls to just straight up ask, you know, don't let that be an impetus to get everybody to do it, because he can't do it for everybody. But Towing Citywide says, thanks. Thank you, Towing Citywide, home of your citywide towing. Yep, I got you. Top 3. Are you asking how to rank in Google Maps, Bruce? I mean, that's a bit big of a topic, but the first thing I would recommend is making sure that you have everything in your GMB filled out and optimized very, very well. So that's like the thing that most people overlook is they rush through it when they first get either a new site or a new client. But really take your time, fill out all the things, add all the services, make posts, set up the Google site, and optimize all of it very, very well. So otherwise, that's kind of a big topic for one, you know. Jim says, congrats on hiring your first employee, Craig. Keep moving forward. For shizzle. Samuel says, do you think paid campaign could help to acquire clients? Sure. What I would do is create a lead magnet and run some paid traffic to that, collect their email, and just keep sending them value emails and then occasionally a pitch. So that's my recommendation on that. Paid can definitely work, despite what some people will tell you. Sam says, that's interesting, Jim. Craig says, thanks, Jim. I'm super excited. Glad to free up some of my time to focus on other things. That's for sure. Bruce says, yes, thanks. My pleasure. Biztour 3, the 360 virtual tour experts. What do you think is the most effective CTR method to increase local rankings? You know, I've been using, I'll show you a service I've been using. I don't know the method enough to do it myself, but I'll show you the one that I've been using with success recently. And it moved one from not existing up to 9th. And I'm hoping that another month of it will move it up even further. So this is the one I'm using. You can see my review there. So as far as to it. I just gave him a bunch of keywords and the amount of dwell time. He actually kind of picked that out, but he kind of gives you an idea on it. So this is what I've been using. It's not something I teach, but it's, I say it's not something I teach because I don't know I don't want to mess it up for somebody basically, and I'm still kind of experimenting with it myself, but early results have been promising. So check that service out. Send him a message and see like what you think. Saeed says, thank you, sir. Thank you, Saeed. Excuse me. All right. Wow, good session today. Good to be back. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about or get into before we wrap it up? Because my voice is running low. Seems like CTR boosting has been getting more and more popular. I should start using my CTR software and another service. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on it, but that client definitely saw some improvement. So, and he swears that he got extra business from it. So maybe there's something to it. Of the methods that what would you suggest for CTR? So, I mean, as far as how to get the traffic, I used to use crowd search, and what I would do is just send them to the GMB or not to the GMB, to the keywords and pick a few minutes worth of time. I would base it on like how much average search and just do like 20% of that or so, and per month. But then I got kind of out of it. So that's kind of what I would do if I were doing it myself. But again, I don't have the expertise to say these amount of visits for this amount of time will lead to this result. And like you say, I'm still playing with it myself. That sounded bad. I'm still testing it myself. So, but that's what I would do, is just base it on how many searches that keyword would get, and give it at least a minute of dwell time. Seems like CTR boosting has been getting. I already read that, didn't I? What about sending people to the GMB with Facebook ads? I don't know. I mean, I wonder if Facebook would even take a GMB URL in an ad. I don't know. That's clever. That might be worth testing. It's page equals build an audience, put a lead magnet on the page, tell them to find it through searching for that page in Google. Yeah, Ruan Moreno does that with his YouTube channel, because he has a big YouTube channel. And yeah, that definitely works. Sir, I don't know why I'm asking this question. Which service will you recommend to others from me? I've bought your blog comment service, and I was happy with that, but I'm sure you do good work on all your services. I'm curious who that person that I met at Becker's is. Ron ranks his client sites that way too. Yeah, I know. Like, interestingly, I did meet Ruan at that same thing that other guy was just talking about at that same event. He's a good kid. But yeah, he does that too. Yeah. All right, we got as much time as you want left, but we'll probably go another 10 minutes at most and call it a day. So if you have anything else you'd like to talk about, let me know. It's good to be back. We'll try to start doing these like once a week or something. And then go from there. Excuse me one time. Sam says Legiit should have an event sometime. Yeah, if fortunately, well, I shouldn't say fortunate, but that's something that's come up a lot. The pandemic bought me some time on having to make a decision on that, but it's probably something I'll have to do at some point. I'm not really a big fan of events, to be perfectly honest. I think that they don't necessarily provide a lot of value. A lot of time people go to them just as an excuse to go on vacation, but there's probably some interest. So once we get to a world where we can do events again, I'll start looking into it. The Freelancing Festival. It'll have a better name than that. Make sure I didn't miss any questions anywhere else. I always feel bad when I miss somebody's question or comment. Where'd it go? Already. All right. All right, guys, seems like the questions are dying down, although we still have a decent amount of folks on. So if you have anything else, do you Legiit ship its merchandise to India? I believe we can ship to India. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to grab a t-shirt, I suggest you do so. It's just a print on demand thing. So it should ship to India. No problem. It might take a while. I shipped some stuff to Georgia and Serbia, and that took several weeks. It issued the copy for the blog. Which blog is that? He does help me with content writing, but I'm not sure. I mean, he writes some of this Legiit blog stuff. It just depends on what blog you're talking about. What's your opinion on the law of attraction / manifesting? So the way that it's not taught, but the way it's like portrayed in that movie, what was that movie? The Secret, is bullshit. Like, you can't manifest a cup of Starbucks or like a pizza to show up at your door. However, if you have intention to achieve something, you will find ways to achieve it, even if you're not necessarily consciously working on it. For example, it occurred to me, I don't want to say 5 years ago or so, that I had a set of goals when I was 18 that over the years I had lost sight of and stopped thinking about, but I ended up achieving all of them. So there's definitely value to it. You can definitely set intention and manifest things through action, but it's not it doesn't make you into a genie like like some of the movies and things like that kind of portray, you know? So it's real, but not in the way that it's often presented, I guess is the way I'll explain, or I'll put that. All right, a few more minutes, and then I'm going to make like ranch and dip. But I'm glad everybody came out. If you're one of the people that gets mad about a little bit of clickbait, I do apologize for that. What about interesting? What about meditation? Yeah, that definitely works. It's definitely good for you. Both like mentally and physically and psychologically and physiologically. I'm not even sure what the difference between those are, but yeah, absolutely. Meditation is huge. If nothing else, just to to quiet the mind, you know? I say you know too much. Craig says, have a great day, Chris and Jim and chat. You do the same, Craig. Congrats again. I need to sneeze, but I'm trying to hold it until the end of the webinar or the live stream. If I purchased your citation service, $70 offer, I need the 5 GMBs at once, or can I space each of those out months apart? You can space them out. Just message. We may have to deliver, like mark it delivered before it goes late, but you can just message us whenever you're ready, you know? I'm not 100% sure which service you mean because I have a couple, but yeah, we can always take care of it if you need to space it out. Just message us whenever something else, whenever you're ready for the next one, you know? And we can do that. Like we do that with some people that like to load up on like Black Friday weekend or whatever, and then just strip them out over the year, the course of a year. So whatever you need, we'll take care of you. I got you, fam, as the kids would say. I probably sound like a boomer just then. All right. Got a minute or two left, and then we're going to call it a day. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. I hope you had a good time. I know I have. It's good to be back. It's good to have a new camera angle. It's good. Everything's good. Like, it's good like a Better Than Ezra song. Just showed my age again. All right. Going to give it 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we're going to call it a day. Sam says, thanks for streaming, Chris. Towing Citywide says, okay. All right, I think that's good. Thanks for showing up, guys. I appreciate it. It's always a good time. We'll start doing these again, maybe weekly, and I'll be a little more prepared with a topic next time as well. So I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Most importantly, though, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it. Because you owe it to yourself, you owe it to the world. All right, everybody, I'll see you again soon.